Hello, my name is Samuel Warwick. I have autism. The entertainment industry has been a huge part of my childhood. So by being inspired to see other entertainment podcasters interviewing other people from television shows, I decided to do one myself. To know about some funny behind the scenes, bloopers, and some stuff that we probably didn't know about while they were making the certain type of show. This is Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel Warwick. Let's go to the podcast now.
And we are on. Alright, well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel Warwick. I am your host, as always, Samuel Warwick. And here with me today, I have quite a bit of people with me today. And I actually forgot to say where we talk about from stuff from nostalgia till now. Yeah, but anyway, here with me, I have, let's see, so many people today. I have, let's see, about maybe 4 or 5 people with me today. Maybe 6 at the latest. I don't know, I can't tell, but you know. So first of all, from last episode, from Jake's Happy Nostalgia Show, who made his debut last episode, we have Wyatt McCullough.
Thank you, I'm here.
And we have Alex Wiggle, which I don't really like to call him by Wiggle, but you know, it's whatever. And we have Mark, as my usual two that I hear, we'll start off with Martin Kreps.
Hello.
And we have Jordon Robinson.
Good day to you all.
And our newest person here that we have, you guys probably have seen his content before. His name is Purple Muppet. So,
hello, everybody.
There you go.
here, all right. And may I just ask, before we get into that, may I just ask, how is everybody doing today?
Really
Pretty
good.
good.
All right, and yes, yeah, that was our guest, but we'll get into him in a moment. And honestly, I would just like to say, you guys, thank you guys. I know it's been so long since we've had another interview. I know it's been so long, and I really appreciate you guys for your patience. But we're back now. And hopefully we can get some more guests on as soon as possible. But anyway, Wyatt just asked me, who do we have today? Well, today we have a guest who has done a phenomenal bit of work today. He has done voices for various commercials, and he has done stuff for various TV shows as well. And he also was a singer in the 14th season of Thomas and Friends, which is, you know, that's an era of Thomas that most of us don't particularly 100% care for, but you know, and he has also done some voices for UK audiences as well as, you know, done some things here for Gumball and stuff like that. He is here with us. His name is Stefan Ashton Frank. Hello there, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. I'm sitting about 5 hours ahead of you.
Yeah, you told me you told me you're in London. How is it like there in London? How is it like
today,
there?
It's been, you know what, it's been pretty warm, and today it's just a bit cloudy, but yeah, it's cool. It's fine. I grew up in California, so it's not California.
Yeah, it's been very hot here. It's been very hot here in America. It's summer.
Where are you? Whereabouts?
I'm in America, so it's very hot here.
Where in America are you?
I'm from South Carolina in America.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah, I am. Martin's from New York. Jordan's from
West Virginia.
Yeah, Jordan's from Mississippi.
That's west by God, Virginia.
Yes.
Yep, but yeah, man, just say I've actually been quite a fan of your work, and I've been listening to some of your music, especially from Thomas, when you sang for the background of Thomas, and you're actually the very first person that has worked for Thomas that we've had on the show, actually. So,
oh, cool.
You're actually the very first person. But anyway,
VIP treatment.
Yeah.
There's another first. I did both train cartoons at the same time.
Oh yeah. You did Chuggington as well. I remember that.
I was on Chuggington.
You played Speedy. You were the U.S. voice of Speedy.
They didn't. Actually, the English guy that did the Speedy character was in Clockwork Orange.
Oh,
That's cool.
nice.
He died a few years ago, but he had a great voice.
Oh,
Really
dang,
was.
that stinks. Yeah, we'll talk more about that in a minute, because we've had some people from Thomas that actually passed, and actually, yeah.
I mean, how many years has Thomas been going?
Thomas has been going on for a long time, so it's been going on for years, so... But yeah, we'll get into that. But may I just ask you, we always like to start off with people's origin story. So, can we ask how you got started in this business, the voice-over business and the singing business? How you got into being a voice artist?
Well, I've been a singer first. I sang a bunch of Motown records and sang for tons and tons of acts. I made a lot of records. I grew up in L.A., I went to Hollywood High, and I sang in musicals there, and I did... I ended up singing for a guy named George Clinton for 8 years, and we did Tracy Ullman. We did the Tracy Ullman Show music.
Oh wow!
Which was the first Simpsons. That was the first time the Simpsons were on.
Oh, nice.
It was on our show, and then I toured around, and I ended up singing for a guy named Terence Trent D'Arby in England, and then I ended up in Boy George's band for 9 years.
Nice.
And I sing a lot of ads for people. I do tons and tons of that. So yeah, I made a lot of records, and I went in when I came to London, and I was going around to studios, going, "Hey, I'm a singer. You should use me." They were like, "Hey, you're an American. Can you read this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can read that." And so I ended up having a voiceover agent like that week.
Nice.
And it got chucked in the deep end of doing cheap ads and everything, and that was 30 years ago. So,
nice. Wow.
I've been doing it for a long time.
Dang, you must have been working for a long time.
Story I've heard.
You must have
I'm
worked
sorry?
for a long time.
That's the best origin story I've heard.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We've had another voice actor that spreaded their origin story. We had another one. We had somebody by the name of Scott Burns. He played Bowser in the early parts of the Mario games.
Right.
And so, yeah, we had him on, and he had a big story to tell, and we loved him. He was awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah, so, and now, actually, I'm going to go ahead and just ask you this before I have anybody else ask you any questions. How did you get into working for Thomas? Like, how did you get into working for Thomas? Like,
a girl that I used to sing with in Boy George's band said, they need a singer for Thomas. Can you come out and do it? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I went out and we did about 6 tunes for Misty Island Rescue.
Yeah.
And including one of them, which was Sir Topham Hatt's tune. I sang
Yes.
it as well. I did
Yes.
Louis Armstrong. But the funny thing about the Sir Topham Hatt is that in England, they call him the Fat Controller.
Yes, I know that. I know that.
So I had to sing 2 different versions because it's not PC to call him Fat.
Yeah. Which one did you do first? Did you say the Fat Controller song first, or did you do the Sir Topham Hatt one first?
Yeah, the Fat Controller song.
Oh, you did that. Oh, I figured. And yes, nostalgia. Yes. Yeah, nostalgia. And I know that era of Thomas is not really the best era of Thomas by fans. If you haven't seen the review by us fans, it's not really the best if you haven't.
I mean, I do get a lot of people kind of following me because of it, so I didn't realize it had such an impact on people.
A lot of people bash Misty Island Rescue for what it was because they said that era had a lot of repetitive rhyming and haikus, and that's what a lot of fans didn't like about it. It was too much like Dr. Seuss.
Robert Hartshorn did most of the music for
Yes,
that, and he
yes.
definitely had he had a system.
Yes, I love Robert Hartshorn because he actually did Thomas 5 years before you. He was doing it since 2004. 2003.
He's who hired me.
Yes,
that's who hired me to do
Oh,
this.
nice.
Yes, I love Robert. I like his earlier music better though. Like when he did the model series, I like his music then better.
He's great. He's got a son that does the music now as well.
Actually, I think they switched it to a cartoon called All Engines Go now.
Yeah, they did.
So
Yeah.
it's not the greatest, but
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go on ahead and continue before I continue with the question. I thought somebody had you had to say something first because I was gonna go on ahead and let everybody ask a question so we don't All right. Well, I guess you can start with Martin.
So, I heard that, you actually worked for Ice Age on Ice, and how was that?
Yeah,
How did you...
It was cool. You know, it was the people that did all the music for Cirque du Soleil all around the world.
Oh, wow.
They're French Canadian.
Cool.
And somebody came up with the idea to put Ice Age on ice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was pretty amazing to see these massive mastodons kind of on ice skates. It was pretty incredible to watch. And the cool thing is my kids were the perfect age to take them to it. So we did all the voice records, and I played 2 characters in that. And then, you know, of course, it was dubbing on live ice. I didn't have to be on the ice to do it. but yeah, it was pretty impressive, the whole production of it. Amazing.
Nice.
Nice. That's
Cool.
awesome.
Awesome.
All right. Yes, Jordan.
Okay. So my question is, what was it like working in the television business?
It's, you know what? It's absolutely every day, and I love it. You know, it's not, the cool thing about my gig is, beside the fact that I'm getting paid to make noise, I get to do a different thing every job, right? So this morning, I went in and I had to play a spaceman for an internet company for a commercial, and I did 5 radios and a TV this morning.
Whoa.
5 radios.
Nice.
But the cool thing was the spaceman had to sound like John F. Kennedy making a speech and William Shatner from Star Trek with Ron Burgundy.
Nice.
It was a weird combination, but it actually really worked. You know, you could, you know, my fellow Americans can be like that, you know, for the and then Shatner is very strange and interesting pauses for when he's speaking. And then Ron Burgundy was just, you know, holy rings of Saturn. So it was a really funny character to do, and so yeah, I did a bunch of ads for that this morning.
Wow.
Tomorrow morning I've got NCIS and Transformers film trailer.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I do lots of film trailers. I do tons of TV promos.
Nice. That
Tons
is
and tons.
awesome.
I do probably 500 a year.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome. That is awesome. You must have a really big career up there in London.
It's been good. You know, I'm really blessed. I've got agents all around the planet, and I get work from absolutely everywhere. It's really good. It's really good. I'm very, very lucky.
Yeah. All right. Any of you guys have any questions? Wyatt,
I know
Alex?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
I do
and ask
too.
it. Ask
What
it.
was it like? Purple, you want me to go first?
You can go first, yeah.
What was it like recording video game voices? Because I know you did Lego Marvel Superheroes too.
Yes.
Yep, I played Groot.
Yep, I played that game.
And I've played. I was also one of the bad guys. I can't remember what it was.
I have the first one on my PlayStation 4. I have the first one.
Yeah.
The first
Green
one I
Goblin?
think was Vin Diesel.
Oh
Thank
wait.
you.
Oh yeah, the original Groot.
Vin Diesel did that? Wow.
I think he did, yeah. But
Wow.
then he didn't want to do the second one, so they got me.
Wow.
But you know, the funny thing about it is that Groot only says one thing, right?
Yeah, Groot.
I am Groot. So
Yes.
the guy, when I did that session for Lego, they had 100 descriptions of how I should say that I am Groot.
Wow.
They were like, okay, you're happy and then you're scared, all right? You're angry and then you're laughing, and so all these combinations of emotions that you actually had to attach to, like if it was sad and then happy, it would be, I am Groot. You could change. You just change the whole thing. And so there were 3 characters they pitched with an effect to make me the little baby Groot. And then I just recorded the other 2. But yeah, that was a good game. They paid really good as well for that. It was good.
Yeah, I
Also,
bet.
Yeah. Green Goblin was the other one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know Purple has 2 questions.
I do.
ahead.
Do you have any favorite memories when working on Thomas and Friends?
You know what? The other guy that I was singing with, who does a lot of Thomas stuff,
Sam Blewett.
Sam. He's a lovely guy, really, really sweet guy.
I've contacted him on Twitter
together.
once. He's liked my post on Twitter. I told him I liked his voice for like Go Go Thomas and Roll Along, and that he sang.
Yeah.
I enjoyed those.
So yeah, so him and I singing together, and you go into a session like that, you don't know what you're going to do until they play you the music and give you the lyrics, and you go off and do it. But yeah, he was good to sing with. I really I had a good time with him, and Robert was good to work with
Yes,
as well.
I love Robert. Like I said, I love his music. I tried contacting him, but I can't find. I tried contacting him, but I can't find his website anymore. I think he deleted his website
You might have.
a long time ago. So I tried.
He might have retired by now. You never know. His son was probably in his 40s.
Oh. Yeah, I tried. Yeah, I've tried locating him. I've tried asking him to join my podcast. Since I love his music. So actually, alongside with working on Thomas, may I ask you, how was it like to work with voice actors like Martin T. Sherman, Ben Small, let's see, Jules.
Martin Sherman's cool.
Jules
he's a rocket scientist as well, Martin Sherman. He's invented something that turns biomass into energy.
Oh my gosh!
He's not just a voice actor. I mean, he's in Final Fantasy that's out right now. He's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But he's a proper egghead, proper science guy.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with a lot of people.
Wow. And I've tried contacting the Jules person, but she said no. But she said that I don't know. I don't remember, but she said she couldn't do it. But I don't know. About a year ago, I did, and she said she couldn't do it. I would love for her to have. I would love for some of these Thomas voice actors to be on here. You're like the very first one that we've had.
Yeah. And there's most of the Americans are in London.
Yes.
That show.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
I know one.
I know.
Continue.
Hey, Samuel, hold on. Purple has another question, by the way.
Do you have any favorite memories when working on Chuggington?
Chuggington was a trip. You know what interesting about Chuggington is that a few major producers and directors that used to work on Thomas went off and created Chuggington.
Oh, wow.
So they weren't too happy at Hit Entertainment about that whole
Oh
production. And it did well. I guess my favorite memory of Chuggington is that they had these trains, the toys they made would they had sensors in them that would identify each other.
Wow.
And so I recorded the voice of my train, and basically they gave me a percentage of sales, which that just never happens.
Wow.
That's
never
insane.
ever
Yeah,
happens.
that is insane. I gotta say.
But yeah, it was kind of cool tech for the day. That two trains would go, "Hi, Speedy."
That's awesome.
I'm actually not surprised. Yeah, I'm actually not surprised that they would do that. That Hit would get frustrated about that.
Oh no, they were not happy. In fact,
Yeah.
I think that I didn't do any more Thomas anymore because of that.
Yeah, I'm not.
I
I'm not
have a
surprised. Yeah, they were ripping
They
on.
were-
That was like working for the enemy to them.
Yeah, don't worry. Oh, don't worry. It happens. I think Disney wanted to do their own thing after they retired from Hit. I think they wanted to do their own thing, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're notoriously cheap. The thing is that if they produce the American version in England, they pay 1/10 of what it would cost to pay Screen Actors Guild actors in America.
Yeah.
Because there's no union over here, and so they can do everything cheap. Video games as well. They come over here to do that.
Wow.
And now with this strike on, there's a lot more work coming over here right now. Tons and tons.
Oh, nice.
Pardon me?
Yes,
Nice.
Martin.
I have another question. So what was it like working on the Gumball, the amazing little Gumball?
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
that's my most favorite cartoon job ever in life.
That's awesome.
Wow.
It's got the best writing. It's just so well put together. I get to do 20 characters in it, and it's just a blast. And now, Hanna-Barbera Europe are launching, and we're doing a feature of Gumball, a feature movie.
Oh, nice.
And also, they're rebooting the series again right now. But yeah, I just did the contracts for it. I don't know when I'm going to start.
Yeah,
recording.
I remember you as Mr. Robinson. Oh my God. You and that Rupert dude. Rupert for the first season did it, but then it was you.
Rupert Degas.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I love his voice. Go away! Go away! I remember that commercial. Go away! Go away! Was it that Rupert that did that, or was that you?
I'm not sure which one that is, what you're talking about, but probably me. I did 9 seasons.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I loved Mr. Robinson. I love the part where he also sang in that play that he did. That was hilarious.
That was Rupert, that one. That was the first season, yeah.
That was funny. That was hilarious.
I got to yodel. My one was yodeling, running bums off the street. And
Oh yeah.
Yodel.
Yeah, that was awesome. All right. Does anybody else have any questions for him?
No, I don't.
All right, you don't. All right, Jordan does.
Oh.
What inspired you to get into TV business?
Wow. Beside not knowing many other things than, I mean, I really did want to play football for a living, but that kind of ended after high school. And so it wasn't really likely that I was going to have a career doing that. So I think because I was a good singer and my ear was really sharp, it makes you a better actor as well. I mean, I think the people that are singers that do voiceovers are way ahead of the game. And I think, man, I couldn't turn it down. I mean, I sat and I looked at people working at McDonald's making, $80 a day on a long shift, and I was making, $2,000 an hour, and I was like, wow, I'm doing this job. This is my job. I think.
Yeah, I mean, with voice, you really get good money because you're acting. You're acting, and that's like a career thing. It's not, but it's it's really fun to do voices. I mean,
I do love it. I really love it.
yeah, we've done voices too.
I know Alex hasn't asked a question, by the way.
What Alex has.
Yeah. Where was that question? Oh,
I sent it on Discord, Alex.
Do you have any favorite Thomas and Friends episode you've helped with?
Well, Misty Island's about all I know that I can have the patience to sit through.
Yeah.
I actually had one cousin that was really young when it came out, and it blew her mind that I was the one singing on it. So that was kind of well worth it.
Yeah. Honestly, I have one. Which song do you prefer? Do you prefer the Sir Topham Hatt song, or do you prefer Misty Island? Because I honestly prefer the Sir Topham Hatt song, because that's
it's funkier.
Misty Island. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not.
I was
a terrible
just doing
song.
my redneck imitation, basically. I was doing my Misty Island rescue. Here we come.
Here we go.
Misty Island rescue. Here we come.
Here we come. Yeah.
It's funny.
Well,
Robert Harthorne's thing was to put little kids screaming in the background every
Oh
song.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Every song.
He
He had a sample that would do it. He didn't even get real kids to do it.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Because Thomas. I mean, for years before you guys came on during the model series, whenever they sang, Thomas had a choir of kids. They would go in the studios and they would sing, and then Michael Brandon was doing all the voices for the trains, which was I mean, of course you know who he is. He's up there in Britain too.
He was over here. He did that all over here.
And that's pretty impressive. Oh yeah.
I remember when he lost the job.
Oh yeah, he did. One of my friends had him on their podcast. I want to see if I can get him on.
Yeah, hopefully we can.
I would love to ask him.
I haven't heard about him for ages. I don't know if he's still in England or not.
I think he's still around. Like Samuel mentioned, they had him on their podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But okay, I'll let somebody else answer another question before I get into more Thomas.
Go ahead. I don't think any.
Okay,
unless the others
so
don't do.
may I actually ask you something? How was it like? Because the other Michelangelos, how was it like working with him? Because he passed away in 2020. How was it like working with Michelangelos? Because he passed away in 2020. Michelangelos, he was the UK narrator. He was the UK narrator.
Oh right. I'm not sure. I don't know. You know what? I wasn't around for those records. I do know almost everybody in the cast from those days to now.
So,
In fact, my boy's done an episode.
he did one episode.
My son, yeah.
Yeah.
The guys that direct that love him, so they've put him in a bunch of cartoons. He's done Paw Patrol, and he's done tons.
That's cool.
Nice.
He's called the Duke of Flappington.
Nice. That's nice. I mean, I'm not surprised that you know more of the U.S. cast of Thomas than you know.
I know all of them over here. Yeah.
Than the UK cast, because the UK cast. I haven't. I mean, the UK cast I like. I mean, the UK cast I like. I mean, it's just I prefer the American dub better, of course, in my opinion, just because.
Oh yeah, no, the American dub's done over here. All those actors.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's something I didn't know.
They produced the whole thing here.
Yep. Which is really cool.
Michelangelos. Yeah, Jules de Jong is Emily. Teresa Gallagher is amazing. She'd probably do this with you.
Yeah.
She's the mom.
we gotta
She
get her
plays
on.
the mom.
Mhm.
She's the mom in Gumball.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get Teresa Gallagher on. I want to see if we can get her.
She's probably the most prolific female
I see a lot of
cartoon,
her work.
and she's incredible.
If you're able to help us contact some of these people, that would be muchly appreciated.
Oh no, you can track her down. You can definitely track her down.
Okay, I'll ask.
Yeah,
She's out
that's the
there.
thing. I've learned from the other podcasts. These people can't help us get these people.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
you know what? It's just about whether the people have the patience and the time to do it.
Yeah.
Some
It's okay.
people don't. I just thought it would be cool to do this with you guys. So I did
thank
it.
you, thank you. I mean, I didn't see you in many other podcasts, so.
Yeah.
I do some strange podcast called Beef and Dairy Network.
I don't think I've heard of that.
It's really weird. I mean, I've done 3 episodes and I still can't quite figure out what it's about. But it's, a lot of people follow it, and it's very funny. People think it's funny. I just like, wow, that doesn't make me laugh. I don't know what that means. Oh, Kerry Shales in my agency. He does a bunch of trains in.
I know.
Thomas.
Yeah,
Gordon,
I
James
know.
Dash, Diesel.
Yeah,
Harold,
Carrie Shell. Yeah. But then
he's in my
think,
agency.
Yeah, but I think Rob Rackstow took over James though after when he like.
Oh, he's a buddy of mine as well. He's English.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, that's pretty cool that, these Thomas actors weren't bad. They just, they of course they were great. I just think that they came in a bad era of Thomas because we're all used to the model series. We're not really into the CGI. No offense against you guys.
And the thing is that it's for little kids.
Yes.
So you're only going to get as good acting as the writing is.
Yes.
And the writing is pretty basic because it's for little kids. So.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
But Teresa and Carrie Shale are both in Gumball with me. Ben Small's in it as well.
Oh yeah, I haven't. I tried locating Ben Small.
On.
I don't think I found Ben Small. But I've contacted Martin T. Sherman before. He's in an agency called Bespoke, so I contacted him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's responded to me before. I know another person from that agency who I actually like. Her name is Bella Ramsey.
Right.
And she's actually I don't know if you've seen her work or not, but she's a pretty good actress. I'd love to get her on.
I mean, all these people are serious actors. Carrie Shale has been in tons of movies. He's serious. Does tons of theater stuff.
Wow.
And Teresa's a singer as well.
Oh,
Teresa's got a band with her husband.
Oh, nice. Cool. Awesome. That's somebody we need to get. I think we're going to get Teresa Gallagher on. She might be pretty good to have.
She's lovely. She's a really sweet woman. Very
nice.
We might have to get her on. All right. Anybody got any more questions?
Not that I know. I don't have any more.
All right,
I mean, you guys aren't really doing any evil video games. You're all pretty light.
No,
right?
I'm mainly a Mario
I
and a
used to
Sonic
play
person.
games, but I don't.
So, oh, Martin
I've done-
does. There we go.
I've done tons
Yeah,
of games.
Martin has a question. Martin, what's your question?
So, I know you also sang for Gumball, but what was one of your favorite songs that you sang on Gumball?
On Gumball, I love that yodeling one because it's a funny episode. It's pretty silly.
One.
I like the yodeling one. I've sang a few things on there. You know what? Sometimes there's like 20 people singing on the same song, so they just get you to do your bit, and then they add it onto whatever else they've been recording. So, yeah. Sometimes you don't even know what you're singing on until it's out.
Absolutely.
It's the same with video games. If I don't know what game I've done until I look at IMDb and I go,
Well, we've looked at your website. We've looked at more of your website.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really looked at IMDb because sometimes IMDb doesn't tell the full truth. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not everything I've ever done, but it's definitely. I didn't know that sometimes when you do a video game, they won't. That you're under a non-disclosure agreement, right? So you're not allowed to talk about it until it's released.
Yeah.
So consequently, like Cyberpunk, I'd been doing for 4 years. I couldn't say anything about that. And in Cyberpunk, they kept calling it Cheetah. They wouldn't even tell you the title of the game. And they do that with a lot of games, that you think you're working on some title, you have no idea what it is really.
I definitely know what Samuel means by saying, that IMDb put stuff that you didn't work on, because I've had that with the previous podcast I was a part of that said that somebody did something, but it wasn't them.
Sometimes they get me for wrong characters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they get you for
Like,
wrong characters.
Somebody said I was one character in Driver 2, and I was actually some other character in Driver 2. But
there you go.
And then what was the other one? The other one was
There's so many.
Call of Duty.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty. I'm not. Really
I don't play any games.
Neither am I.
I know. Alex is a fan of Call of Duty. There you go, Alex.
There you go.
Yeah, Lucky Red in Call of Duty 3 I was. And, I haven't really done any kids games so much. No, it was all kind of shoot 'em up and kill 'em.
That's fine. So,
I did one that was actually really funny called Battlefield Bad Company.
Oh.
And they let us make up our own jokes, and they kept them. And they let also, this never happens when you record a game, they let all 6 of us get around the mic and record simultaneously, group talk.
Yeah.
And it's just genius. It's just hilarious, the game.
Yeah.
Really good. It got a lot of really good reviews.
Yeah, I know they let you do that in video games, because when I know, not in video games, but I know they don't let you do that in video games, but in shows they let you do it in, sometimes they'll let you do it, and sometimes they'll let you do it alone, and sometimes they'll let you do it together.
Yeah, even some cartoons, some people are very precious about what they've written, so you can't really step all over their lines. But
From where?
Hey, Alex.
What?
He's talking to his mother. He's talking to his grandma. I think.
Right.
Alex, mute your mic.
Yeah.
Where are you guys in the world? So
I'm in West
you're
Virginia,
in
like I said.
Oh yeah, West Bagot, Virginia, yeah, and South
Yeah,
Carolina.
Purple's in Massachusetts.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
from South Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm from Mississippi.
Ooh,
Can't say where Alex is from.
And Martin just left. I don't know where he went,
That's
but
fine.
it's fine.
We can't say where Alex is from because that's personal info.
Yeah.
He's from Wiggleland.
No, you know where he's from? No,
Wiggleland.
It's actually Wiggletown. It's actually
Sorry about
Wiggletown.
that. I pressed the wrong button.
Oh,
Hey,
it's
it's fine.
okay. It's okay, Martin.
Wiggleton.
Wiggletown. There you go.
Yeah.
And so, what, you guys just all stay in touch with each other over Thomas all the time? Is that how you guys are all
I mean, no, we talk about other
All
sorts of
different.
shows.
Other stuff in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we. Yeah, we've interviewed a lot of people. We've interviewed people from some other video games. I've talked to people from other TV shows. So we've talked from people from pretty much all over the industry. We had one person that worked on Bob the Builder. Actually, we had like an animator.
I know a
Her
bunch
name
of
was
people.
her name was Gilly Fogg. I don't know if you know her, Gilly Fogg. Yeah, she was an animator on there, and we had her on.
Look up a guy named Alan Marriott.
Wait! I contacted him. Oh my gosh, I contacted him before, but he's never responded.
He's one of my best friends. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I tried contacting him, but he won't.
Yeah, he's on Bob the Builder and Fire.
Yeah, he was on a Space Channel 5 video game. I remember that.
I just recorded him.
Wow.
Meccano. What's the Lego cartoon that's robot?
Ninjago.
I recorded him. He's a character in that.
Cool.
He'd come back to London. He didn't have a studio, so he came here and used mine.
Cool. Yeah, I've tried contacting him, but he never responded to me, which is very weird.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on if he's got time to do stuff.
Yeah, it's okay. He might not have the time, but you know.
Yeah, he's done tons of that stuff. Oh my god.
I loved his voices. I forgot who he was in the Space Channel 5. He was that dude in the pink hair, and then he had like goggles and a suit. I forgot his name. He was from Space Channel 5.
And he was Bob, I think, as well, wasn't he?
Bob. No, he was Spud. He was Spud.
Spud. All right.
I think he was Spud.
I know the original voice of Bob the Builder passed away.
Yeah, the original U.S. voice did. Yeah, William Dreyfus did. Then in the UK, where you are, it's Neil Morsey who does Bob the Builder.
Oh yeah, he's a very famous actor here.
Nice.
We'll try to get him on.
I would try, but it's.
We'll try to get on a lot of people.
Neil Morrissey's a big deal over here.
Yeah. I think Michael Brandon is too, but I don't know.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what happened to him. He kind of went off the radar for a minute. I don't know what the deal was.
Yeah. Honestly, I've tried to interview people from shows that didn't even come here that I've watched on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, like, I've tried to get somebody from, like, Tracy Beaker, which is up there. Tracy Beaker.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried, and then I also tried getting some people from, like, The Worst Witch. I wanted to get them. I wanted people from the 2005 series on here.
You know who I'd be after if I was doing your thing? I would probably go after Billy West.
I would love to talk to him.
Oh my god!
I know his work.
He is just the absolute dawn of voice. He's kind of where Mel Blanc was. He's like the Mel Blanc of now.
I would have so many questions, Samuel. You have to try.
Yeah.
He's in Scooby-Doo. I know him from Scooby-Doo.
I would try. I'll try. I'll definitely try, guys. Yeah,
I know he's been on another podcast. So
he's Ren and Stimpy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I remember that cartoon.
I mostly know him from Scooby-Doo.
Stimpy, you fat, bloated idiot.
Nice impression. What was that?
I definitely know him from Scooby-Doo as he was involved in it.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, Billy West is a don. He's definitely a don.
Yeah. I mean, may I ask you, how was it like, I know that, you didn't do much for, like, Thomas, but how was it like, can you explain how Michael Brandon, like, lost the job? Like, how was it like? Was he sad? Was he,
you know what? I would be really out of turn to speak up about what happened, because I don't know.
Oh, you don't really know? I think that's something that I can try to...
All I know is that I ended up getting a job that used to be his job for a cheap ad.
Oh.
Because he just had a meltdown of some sort.
Oh.
He wasn't doing anything, so...
Oh, man.
So
dang,
and I think the Thomas thing went around the same time.
Wow. Wow. Because here's the thing. I know that originally... He was actually not supposed to do anything for CGI. He was supposed to do, he was actually supposed to leave after hit the 11th season of Thomas, and and then Pierce Brosnan was supposed to take over that role as the narrator. But then I think at the time it was either he didn't like it, or Hit didn't have the budget to do it. So they're like, okay, then we need to cut down.
They're, really cheap, notoriously cheap.
Yeah. mean, I don't think they pay. I mean, I don't think it would have been a bad pay for him. I don't think Bronson would have just quit the project like that.
The thing is, if you've acted any time in America and you know what the value of your work is, and then you come over here and they offer you a tenth of what you're used to, it's a tough swallow for a lot of people. They can't quite get that one down.
Yeah.
For me, I don't care. All work is work to me. I'll do it.
Yeah, I think that was more likely. He probably didn't want to do the thing, so they're like, okay, we'll hire the two Michaels back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
I liked
very
Ringo.
weird.
Ringo was cool, man.
Ringo's
Yes,
awesome.
yes, I liked
Yeah.
Ringo. I liked George. I liked Alec. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean,
Right.
to be honest, I didn't care for Pierce. I mean, Pierce isn't a bad narrator. He's just, he's kind of,
What, Pierce Brosnan did it.
Yeah, Pierce Bronson. Yeah, he did the Great
I never
Discovery.
knew that.
He did the
And
Great
but,
Discovery.
Alec Baldwin, I liked his narration. No?
Yeah.
Don't like him?
Yeah. But yeah, we don't just talk about Thomas. We talk about also. I mean,
Talk about anything we grew up with. and
yeah, we
all
just
that.
talk about whatever we grew up with. That's what this podcast really is. It's to bring back nostalgia.
It doesn't
Okay.
exist.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What doesn't exist?
Nostalgia. Like there's not like shows like Bear in the Big Blue House anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear in the Big Blue House. I remember that.
We grew up with that.
Yeah. We all grew up with like Bear. Let's see, anything from the Muppets.
Anything
Barely.
from Playhouse Disney doesn't exist either.
Yeah.
What? Disney?
Playhouse Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Playhouse Disney was something that we all used to watch. So
I know.
that's-
I know another show that doesn't exist that I would love to have on is in the UK was the Tweenies.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
remember
gosh,
that.
Yes.
Yeah. That was on Noggin.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. That was awesome. That was actually a pretty decent show.
What was the one, the Norwegian guys that had a bad guy named Robbie Rotten? And,
Oh,
Lazy Town,
Lazy
Lazy
Town.
Town, yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
See,
We
now
might
we're-
try to get the mayor as the other podcast had the voice of the mayor on.
I mean, I'll try. I mean, I can't contact everybody. You guys got to help out too. You guys got to help out too.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah, the main character in that owned the show.
Yeah.
yes,
That was
yeah,
his
yeah,
show.
the dude that
Produced
played
it, directed
Sporticus,
it.
Rest in peace, the guy that played Robbie Rotten. 'cause he
Stefan
did-
Carl,
yeah.
Stefan Carl, I believe.
Yeah, that's who he was.
That's it's just and it's just really sad that he passed away too. Because he was a pretty funny guy. He looked really cool.
I think they were from Norway or Iceland, or where were they? Somewhere
Iceland,
up
I
in-
believe.
Was it
I
Iceland?
I think Iceland.
Yeah. Any place with live volcanoes, they get kind of crazy people from there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Yeah.
Iceland count. Those guys were a bit nutty.
And I also think I have another question. How was it like doing this Red Bull commercial with that parrot? Because I recently saw that. And
Oh
that
yeah,
was really good.
that was great. That was a surprise actually. Red Bull's kind of funny. I've done 4 ads for them, and basically, you record it and you forget about it, and then all of a sudden, 3 years later, the money shows up. 3 years
Oh.
later, they decide to run that parrot ad. I did it 3 years ago,
Oh, so that's been
And-
good. Oh,
and I thought what was pretty cool about that parrot ad is that it had a little political profile to it, which Red Bull doesn't usually do. And that was think for yourself, don't follow the crowd. Think for yourself.
That's
And
a great lesson to
they
learn.
put that in the ad, and I thought, wow, fine. These guys are kind of going a little bit political now. It's good.
yeah,
It's good.
Ah,
yeah. That,
Yeah, but they're
that's a
funny.
great
I've done 3 ads. I've got another one called Pisa that's out that I can't get a copy of. They won't give me a copy of it, and I can't get it on the internet. And it makes me frustrated. My kids keep seeing it on TV. Dad, that was you. It was definitely you. And I was like, because what's funny is that I did that parrot one, but they do that parrot ad in 17 or 20 different countries, different
Oh, wow.
languages.
Wow.
So there's an English one. My one is, of course, the American one, but
Yeah.
yeah, they do so many versions. As soon as you Google it, you're getting like a Dutch one and a Polish
Wow.
one. And yeah,
That's
it's,
really cool.
But they're an interesting company. They're a really interesting company. They're not like everybody else.
Yeah, you kind of remind us of a guest that we had almost a year ago with all your stuff that you've done. You remind us of Randy Crenshaw, who was another voice and singer that you did. Like you, he was another voice and singer. He's done a lot of things too. He's done some things in movies we like that we watched, but we don't even know he existed in. And that's pretty cool that he had a really big job to have. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really gotta say, we don't have very many voice actors on here, on my podcast, and we're very glad that you decided to come on.
Cool. Well, I was, when you asked me, I thought, yeah, why not? I'll do this.
There you
fine.
go.
Yeah. It's a great gig. I gotta say, you know what? Just making noise for a living. It's like being a little kid in a sandbox.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't really ever have to grow up.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And it pays you.
Yeah, like everybody would be like I heard in some interviews that everybody would be like, if you saw this dude in this booth or you saw this person in the booth, you'd be like, what are they doing? Are they having a mental breakdown or something? Like, that's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's funny.
If you'd have seen me this morning, I was going through a lot of changes trying to fit those three characters into one character. The Shatner and
we do.
Ron
Yeah, don't
Burgundy.
worry. I've done some voice acting, not in like big productions, but I've done some productional voice acting before. I voiced like this little cube block for a fan of mine. Like I don't know if you've seen this, but we have Thomas. But the Thomas fan base does redubs all the time.
I've seen that with other stuff. I've seen Thomas ones.
They do redubs of Thomas. They do their own fan dubs of Thomas. And apparently, one of my friends, Michael Ruffins, heard my narration on a redub that we did, and he asked me would I be able to do this character named Orange, and I said sure. I said sure. I looked at the character, and I said okay, I'll do him. And I had a little bit of a high-pitched voice. I figured with a high-pitched voice, like, he would sound a little bit like this, like a little small clown. But then Mike was like, why don't you just do your regular voice? So I'm like, okay, I'll just put some emotion into my regular voice. And that's what I did, and he liked it.
That's how it gets going. You start, and the more you do, it's like a muscle. You just get better at it as you go on, You just get stronger and stronger. I'd love to do a Thomas dub as if... Thomas was a scary movie.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I know a lot of fans have done
Thomas, the tank engine.
Oh my god!
You thought it was safe to travel.
They should do that.
Now.
Oh my god, yes, get a freaking parody. Get a freaking parody, yes.
It wasn't Thomas, but there was a horror train game called Choo Choo Charles. So come on, make Thomas horror just for once. They're doing it with the Winnie the Pooh and all that stuff, so come on.
I think it's because, Winnie the Pooh's not in the public domain anymore, and it wasn't originally Disney. So, because a lot of Disney stuff was not really their own. They just designed their characters the way that they think.
Right.
Or you get Thomas to do, just be a really foul-mouthed kind of guy.
Oh my god.
What are you looking at? Why, you ought to get out of here, you punk.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Yes, that was awesome.
Yes, it was.
That was awesome. Your voice reminded me.
Somebody make that now. We want to see it.
Yeah, somebody use my audio from this podcast. Somebody use my audio from this podcast and do this.
Send me a dub and I'll drop my voice on it for you.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's an instrumental. There's like. Yeah, there's an instrumental. There's like somebody from the fan base actually ripped a Korean DVD, and there's like a dubbing track of like season 5 and some of the 6th season. So
there you go. Just use that.
Yeah. I can definitely send you a few dubs if you'd like that. That would be awesome.
Hey, which one of you idiots left this on my train? Why, you would have.
Oh god. Oh my god. And we have people like Randy and Mark and stuff. Now this ought to be awesome. This is up there now with them too. Oh my god.
And the fat controller. Like this.
Oh my goodness. Okay, does anybody have anything else from his site that he wants?
I know I don't.
You don't have anything else from his site that he looked at? Come on, there's gotta be some other questions here.
Yeah, you guys someone's been checking me out.
Yeah.
Singing, sports, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's gotta say something. I'm trying to think. Did you do some things for like? Let's see. I know you did something for the Channel 4. Isn't that like ITV or something in the UK?
I've been the voice for that channel for 20 years.
Wow.
They've got a film channel called Film 4 that have amazing promos. They're really, really good.
That's like ITV, isn't it?
Well, they're in competition with each other. Yeah.
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 I just thought of a question.
Go ahead.
Is there any project out there that you didn't work on that you would have had that you wanted the chance to?
They had me just audition for Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're trying to find the two lead voices.
Yeah.
The guy's going to court or in jail or something. I don't know what's going on. But the original guy, they can't do it with him anymore, so they're looking for voice matches.
Nice.
And yeah, Rick and Morty be all right. I wouldn't mind that.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool.
Let them have you a voice at Rick and Morty. I would definitely watch your work
I would
on Rick and Morty.
I'm not a great imitator. You know, I can do voices and stuff, but I'm not a proper impersonator. You know, you really gotta. That's what they were looking for, somebody to nail those two exactly how they were.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, some voice actors do that, and some voice studios they don't really do that at all. They just say you can just do your own voice, but you can just sound it. Like I know in the Sonic games, they don't use the same. They don't try to compare the same voice. They just it's a different voice for like each Sonic, like for their era. Like that's.
I'll tell you a funny story about voices. I did all the ads for Ben 10 for years.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. Yes.
Wow.
And so at one time, I did it for about 3 years or so, and then I was on holiday, and I couldn't do the record, so they got a guy, Glenn Rage, who's also in Tom.
Yes, he was Spencer and Charlie.
So they go, can you imitate Stefan doing this Ben 10? Because Ben 10 was always like this. All the ads exactly like that. Ben 10 on Cartoon Network. And so he got the job imitating me, and then a year later, they asked me if I could imitate him imitating me. So I ended up getting the job back.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad you got your job back.
As am I.
That's that's something that's something that you love doing. You've been doing these ads. They're used to your voice. They're not used to.
It's pretty cool. I mean, I got to say, over in England, what's really different is that in America, you have to audition for everything. Even doing, just a tagline, NCIS on CBS. They're going to try 10 people to do that.
And then they're going to pick the best
unless
one.
It's an established voice for it. And basically, I've been lucky because I just get the phone call, I got the job. I don't have to audition for very much. Cartoons, yeah. I've got a video game I've got to audition tonight.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and you probably can't say anything about that, but that's totally okay.
Yeah.
No, but I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill all of you, so...
We don't want to do that.
Yeah. Hey, we understand, man.
It was their last podcast.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Now this dude's making up jokes about my podcast. This is hilarious. I love this.
I'm just saying this. I'm having too much fun. We definitely would love to have you back on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
More fun.
Yeah.
I could be one of your Thomas buddies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
there you go. We get another Thomas person.
We got another Thomas person now. Okay, so Actually, you know what? I'm gonna now look at my phone since we don't have much questions. I'm gonna go ahead and look for my
there
phone.
There was a fan question from Tori, remember?
Yeah, I got it right here. And I'm gonna go on ahead and read you this question from Tori Benson.
Tori J. Benson, this is for you.
This is for Tori Benson. She says, I think we already confirmed this earlier. She wanted to ask. Here's my question. She says, what was your favorite song to perform on Thomas and Friends? And we said, well, we've already confirmed. We said Sir Topham Hatt / the Fat Controller song. We've already confirmed that. And the reason why is because it's funky and it's just upbeat, you know?
There's a bit in that song that just reminds me of an old reggae tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And then she also asked, and my other question is, what inspired you to do what you do? And just, it's, what we said. It's like what we said earlier.
Paying rent.
Paying rent. Paying rent, I guess. Money, and just, he loves doing it. It's just what you do.
It's been a blast, and I've been able to get my whole family to do it. My daughter, my son, my wife, everybody's in the
Absolutely. I'm sure I got to get your son on then, because if he's done something for Thomas, I got to ask whatever. Didn't he do like the later?
I don't know why he's not on the credit for it, but he did do it.
Yeah, did he do a later season, or did he do that Nitrogen season that you guys did?
Oh, it was after me.
Oh, so it was after you. Okay,
yeah.
So it would have to be like maybe the 17th season.
The director, let's see, Ashton Frank. He's got a little bit of a IMDb.
Yeah, I want to
Paw
know
Patrol, Millie and Lou, Elliot from Earth, Paw Patrol, Cat Beyond Time and Space, Another Eden, Not Hero, We Fall Again. Yeah, he's done more than that. That's just what's on IMDb.
I'm gonna have to ask him, because I think he might have done something for maybe after when Martin T. Sherman and Ben Small left. We might have to think he might have done something after them, but I don't know.
The woman that directs it absolutely loves him, so she always tries to get him to do stuff for him.
That's nice. I mean,
she speaks very posh. She's like that. Oh dear, Ashton, that's just wonderful.
Love it. She speaks posh. Oh my God, I love that. That's awesome.
Of Thomas.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've had a couple of writers who I've loved on there too. There's some good writers. So, yeah, I've tried contacting one of them, but I don't think that it really turned out. But yeah, what's the other question? What's the other question? I'm trying to see other questions. I mean, we can go. I'm trying to think. Like, what other commercials did you do here for America, if I may ask?
I've got MSC Cruises out right now. That's running in America.
I think I might have heard of that.
Yeah. What else have I got in America right now? Let's see. I'll look up on my YouTube channel. That's the only way.
Oh yeah, I did see your YouTube channel. Yeah, I did.
Yep, there's about 7 hours of stuff that you'll never get those 7 hours back if you watch it. Ryobi Power Tools. Skittles. Squish the Rainbow.
Nice.
Commercials.
Looking at your
Squish the rainbow. Touch the rainbow.
That's insane. I grew up.
Oh yeah, you did some things for Toy Story of Terror. You did like a trailer for Toy Story of Terror. How was that?
Lots of them.
I've seen that special.
That's pretty cool. I remember when that came out.
Yeah, I did too.
What else have I got over there? Yeah, you never know. Things just kind of pop up. I've got, Galaxy Note Pro.
You did something for SpongeBob. You did like a SpongeBob trailer, too.
Yeah.
You did like a SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water trailer. I remember watching that.
Cool.
Yeah, we have SpongeBob fans in here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Kenny. That's somebody else you could get on the show. He's pretty cool.
I've tried. I think I've tried, but he's too popular.
He is popular, but he's a nice guy.
I know somebody who was on SpongeBob was recently. He only did one guest appearance or few voices. Was on the other podcast, that being Carlos Alice Rocky. It was Rocco.
Did you watch any other episodes of my podcast, and were you familiar with? If you did you know anybody?
Who?
Did you watch any other episode of my podcast before?
Oh no, I haven't. No.
Okay, well that's fine. They all say that.
That's not a requirement.
That's not a requirement. They all say that. They all say that. So it's
What
totally
that they
fine.
watched? That they watched him?
No, they said that they haven't watched. Most people haven't said an episode. I ask if they have, and they say no, they haven't watched an episode. But that's totally okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think I just had a look at it just to see who you were. That was as far as I went.
That's okay. I'm a legit human, so.
Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. With superpowers.
I'm a legit human,
Awesome.
and it's
I agree.
It's always nice when you guys come on and say, okay, I will do this podcast. It's always nice to have you guys on, because not only are you guys supporting us, but you're supporting everybody in the autistic community with autism or disabilities or people.
Let me tell you something about autism that I think. My son's autistic as well.
Oh wow.
And I reckon it's you have a superpower. You absolutely got something nobody else has. It's not like you have less than anybody. You've got a superpower, something that manifested itself in you that's made you greater, in some way. Something like my boy, he cannot stop. If somebody puts a Lego kit in front of him, he will not stop until it's finished. He does
Oh
his
my gosh,
cars.
same here.
That's
Cool.
purple. No.
Cool.
And there is that kind of attention that some people just don't have, and I think autism carries it. I think it's a brilliant thing.
It is, and
if you can harness it.
And the fact that some of these people, people that they like pop culture, like what we're doing now. They like all these pop culture, and they're getting everybody from like their childhood on. About 10 years ago, that was not possible. Like 10 years ago, it was not possible for you to contact somebody and to say, "Hey, excuse me, would you be in my podcast?" And then I don't think it would be possible like 10 years ago for you to do that.
It's a great rule in life. If you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah, if you don't ask, you don't
Because
get.
a lot of people just sit on their hands and they don't know, what might have been if they'd have put themselves out there to see if something comes back.
They should.
So it's always worth a try.
Like, it was literally like maybe almost 2 years ago now. Like, I was sitting doing nothing, and like I didn't have my driver's license still. I was at the house, but now I have my license now. But it's like, I was just sitting here all the time, and I was going through a tough time, and I decided everybody was doing a podcast, and I'm like, well, maybe I should do a podcast too, and so I started.
Yep.
Like, everybody was
Yeah.
doing it. Somebody from the UK was doing it. There was another dude that I watched. Everybody was doing it.
Doing a Thomas podcast or just...
This is a podcast where we talk about whatever. So
Yeah.
we talk about whatever. Oh my god, we've been talking for over an hour already. Wow, I gotta
I think we
say.
gotta wrap it up soon because I know Purple has to go soon.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think so. But if he does have to leave, then he can just leave, and some of us can just continue. I mean, really, that's up to the host to really
It's up to
decide.
you.
It's really up to the host. So, that's up to our
I'm good
guest.
for a couple more minutes.
Okay, yeah, we'll just go for a couple more minutes. Well, we can just go for a few more minutes. Why don't we just try to go to maybe possibly 10 at least, and then so we can try to get whatever we have.
Okay.
All right, guys. So
Okay.
let's try to ask him some more in between. Some more. So I think you've done things for the Good Dinosaur as well, which is.
Dinosaur.
It says right here. It says on your website you did something for the Good Dinosaur, the trailer.
My website says
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
What?
the trailer, the Good Dinosaur. It says that on your.
He doesn't believe you. That's rare.
I kind of wrote every word on my website. I don't remember ever writing the word dinosaur.
No, the good dinosaur. It says the good dinosaur. Oh my! Oh wow! It says on your YouTube animation. That's what it says. The good dinosaur.
Oh right.
You did the trailer.
You're looking on. Oh maybe. I don't know. Like
it's
I
alright.
said, I do 500 trailers a year, so
Hey, it's okay.
add that up over 30 years.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, I'm just looking at I'm just looking at everything right here. I'm like, wow. So you've done stuff for the new Ben 10? It was the new Ben 10 that you did trailers for, or was it the old Ben 10?
Yeah, all of them.
You did all the Ben 10 trailers.
Yeah, back when he was a little kid, and then when they made him older.
Wow. Wow. That's cool.
One of the cool things I got to do was I got to do a Cartoon Network promo for Gumball. This is the first time I ever did a promo for a show that I was in.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I can see that you've had quite the career too, compared to everybody else. You've had quite the career. You know, I gotta say,
It's been a pretty amazing ride. I gotta say, I've had such a blast. Really, really had a good time with it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely. You know, when it's when it's like it's like you don't know that your work is going to be so popular years later.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm every once in a while I get surprised. I've got a bunch of people that love me because I did some video game, and they're fairly obsessed. And then there's been a lot of Thomas people, definitely.
Oh, of course. There's been a lot of Thomas fans. I think a lot of them follow you on Twitter, I believe.
Maybe I don't really do Twitter that much actually, but I'm on there.
You're on Instagram though. You do Instagram.
Instagram.
So
yeah,
Instagram is what.
I'm on.
But yeah, we'll definitely let you know when this episode comes out because.
I'm called. What am I called on Instagram? I am Hey Voice Dude.
There you go.
Yeah, just it's
yeah.
yeah, it's absolutely just a pleasure that we're actually working with somebody who's really good in the business and gets really good, real good money just by using their voice.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
is.
You know what? We owe it to ourselves. We don't have that much time on this planet, right? And so I think we all owe it to ourselves to do something that we're really passionate about.
Yeah.
And if you can get
I
paid
agree.
for that on top of it, it's a win-win. If you really, really, you owe yourself this. You owe yourself to go be a part of something that you've always wanted to be a part of and do something you feel like you love. You love to do.
Absolutely.
It's a shame to not have any other life. It's a shame.
It is.
It
do
is.
something.
It is.
You look at people that work for 40 years into some gig that they hate just so they can retire. And that's not, I don't ever want to retire.
Yeah. I mean, don't,
I know exactly what you mean. Like Frank Welker started back in the 70s or whatever it was, and he's still going to this day.
He's so fantastic.
He's awesome. Too bad he's big.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah,
the
I
best.
grew up with his work.
Yeah,
I'm a
same.
Scooby fan.
They asked me to go to a Comic-Con, and he was one of the speakers, and he did a read with another guy. I can't remember the other guy's name.
I want to meet him.
Basically he did Winnie the Pooh voice.
Oh, wow.
Jim
They were
Cummings.
reading-
Jim Cummings.
Jim Cummings!
But they were reading a Star Wars script,
Oh.
and he was doing it as Winnie the Pooh.
Oh my gosh!
cool.
Yeah.
I know.
Winnie the Pooh. Oh my goodness.
It was brilliant. It was really,
yes,
really funny.
Winnie the Pooh. That is
Winnie the
awesome.
Pooh in Star Wars.
Winnie the Pooh in
Yeah.
Star Wars. That would be awesome. Just
Somebody make that now.
Oh my god.
They
Winnie-
did that day actually at Comic-Con. It was very funny.
Oh my goodness. I gotta say that would be awesome to have, that would be awesome if like something like that, like we were to do like a crossover show with like, with like that doesn't have any interaction with companies. Because most crossover shows, they just do like Cartoon Network, they just do crossovers with that
You know,
channel.
the cool thing is to do a Thomas version, but pick a parody another storyline, like Wizard of Oz or whatever.
Oh, yes.
It could be anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
That
agree.
would be
And
awesome.
mash them up together and then redub it.
Come
Oh
on,
my
somebody
gosh.
make that.
Yes, yes.
Come on, somebody
You
make
know,
that.
I'm seeing you've had a lot. So you've worked on some stuff for a lot of ITV, and so it's really cool. I've been wanting to get a few people from there, which I am, like I said, which would be really awesome because that's a cool channel. I think ITV had a lot of better shows than we did.
Are you on my YouTube channel or on my website?
I think I'm on both, like on your YouTube playlist and on your website as
You
well.
go
yeah.
into let's see.
Wait,
You go award winners.
yeah, award winners. Yes, I think I was just on there. Let me see. I see it. Award winners. Yep, there it is. Yep, ITV2.
And go to ITV2. Let's see.
Oh my God, Family Guy. You worked on the trailer for Family Guy.
It's really funny, that trailer. Check it out.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, you did something for CSI on Demand.
Check out the Family Guy promo.
Oh yes, I've seen
There you
Family
go,
Guy.
Alex.
Just play it. It's pretty funny.
I know Alex is a Family Guy fan.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to.
I am too.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Purple has to go now, by the way.
Okay, Purple.
See you.
All right,
Okay,
Purple.
bye.
All right, Purple.
Bye.
We'll
Bye,
just
Purple.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you for joining the show.
Thank
All
you.
right. So going on, we just So you've worked on other things. So wait, a Studio Universal. What's that? Is that like another crossover thing that you did?
That's one of the channels I've been doing for 10 years now. In fact, I got them tomorrow morning. That's who I'm doing Transformers for tomorrow morning.
Cool.
Yeah, I do 5 channels for them. I do the E channel. I do Telemundo. I do Studio Universal.
I remember
Universal
Telemundo.
Channel, and one other one, which Sci-Fi Channel.
Yes, I know those. I think I saw a few I think I saw like a documentary thing that you did. Like I forgot what it is. It was on. Yeah, I forgot. But I saw a trailer where you just were. I forgot what it said, but I don't entirely know. But I did watch it, and it looked pretty. I'm like, oh my God, this dude's been in stuff I didn't even know he was in, and just.
Yeah, I've done lots of Discovery and National Geographic.
Yeah, those are good
documentaries.
Those are good channels too. I mean, they didn't do a lot of.
Narration's cool. It takes a lot longer to do it. It's not like 30 seconds or.
Yeah,
an
they didn't
hour
do a
and-
lot of kids stuff there. They didn't do a lot of kids
No.
stuff at the time. On the only kids stuff they did was like a Ready Set Learn thing for like TLC and Discovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got younger Discovery Channel too.
And then
They-
as they got
Ready, Set, Learn.
older, they just cut it off, which really sucked because there was some people from the UK that did Paz. So
Yeah, I grew up with Paz.
yeah, we grew up with Paz. There was some people in the UK that did Paz, and I think Rob Rackstro did Dog on there.
He's
It'd be
good,
cool to
right?
get somebody that worked on Paz because that'd be amazing. And I know.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't know if Rob Rackstraw would be up for you guys, but he's done.
Yeah,
tons.
I don't know if
I
he
know
would.
the guy that did Paz over here was Tim LaGasse.
Yes. That would be cool to have.
He's over there hiding somewhere. You can't find him.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know if he would, because I mean, now I've had some voice. I think I've had one voice actor charge me for an interview, but I said I couldn't
Charge
do
you?
that. Yeah, one voice person
Yeah.
charged me.
How much is an interview? How much is an interview?
It was like
cost?
$50. He said he at least
Get
wanted
out.
$50, and I'm like, I can't do that. Yeah, it was like a voice of Mario or whatever. He
Oh,
charged
man.
me.
He thought he was something special.
Yeah,
Trust me.
Yeah, he
The
said
other
his manager was, was really kind of being tipsy about him, and then I said, nah, I can't do that. Sorry.
Trust me, I've had the same thing. Somebody on the other podcast I was trying to make me donate to a charity. No.
Yeah.
Fair enough. If you got 5.5 million followers, then you might be making some money off of it. But
There you go.
you've
Yeah.
only got like 289, and I don't think anybody's paying you money.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
it's just weird how some people just charge you for things. I mean, I know that's how the world works, but
Yeah, well, there's assholes everywhere.
yeah, there's just
Yeah.
anybody who just says, okay, I will volunteer my time, and says that.
I mean, you know what? I gotta say, the Thomas thing, I've had like fully grown adults kind of approach me in a really weird way about Thomas, so I kind of held my distance for some of those people. But
Oh.
when you told me that you were autistic, I was like, okay, that's why I'm doing this right now, because I just think that you deserve to know that you got superpowers. That's all I got to say. You deserve to
I mean,
know.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't be weird about Tom. Trust me, I don't do.
No, I'm not saying you guys were, but I mean, I just thought, wow, this is a fully grown adult sending me this stuff. Like, whoa.
I mean, hey, there's Thomas fans. I mean, and personally, as you know,
there
Thomas
are.
is for young. Thomas is for much younger. At least that era was for young children. But you know, at least that era was for young children. They wanted to do it for young children as Thomas went on, and they made it more.
That's why it's disturbing when like 40-year-olds.
They made it more and more, and that's why I go back to the classics. Because if you go back to the modeled era, I don't think it's that babyish.
It's so classic.
It's just it's really. I know it's weird that an adult comes and they talk to you about Thomas, but it's.
No, it's cool. People are into everything.
Yeah, they are. I mean, there's a big Thomas fan base out there.
It's huge.
And there's a lot of critic people, and there's a lot of... So, okay, I don't know. Are you aware about this person? There's a person that actually... Like, he talked about the whole Nitrogen/Miller era of Thomas, and he talked about that. And he explained that the music that Robert Hartshorn did in there, the score in there that he did slaps. I'm like, I beg a huge differ with him about that. Because...
Who was it?
Unlucky Tug. Are you familiar with him at all? Unlucky Tug?
Yeah, he's cut together one of my songs, Unlucky Tug.
Oh, so you know who he is?
Well, I've seen his name, yeah, because he cut my version of Fat Controller or Topping Hat.
Yeah.
He cut a version, but he said Sam sang it instead of me.
No, it was actually Stefan that sang it. It was Stefan that sang it. So Unlucky Tug?
Might have been another one he said that. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah. Just I beg a differ. I have to beg a differ with him about what he said about the whole music score, at least, because I can't say that it was too. I mean, I'm not saying that Robert did bad scoring it. It was just I kind of preferred his model music better because most of the time in the CGI episodes, the score just kept being repetitive and just repetitive.
Oh yeah, they made
repeated
Misty Island Rescue. They added an extra 32 bars.
Yeah, it's just repetitive. Most of the scores in the Miller episodes were just so repetitive and just not even thought through at all. And just not trying to say they did a bad job, but just I just prefer his music from the model era better because it's not that repetitive.
What happens is that you get into a pattern of doing stuff, cookie cutter kind of music.
Yeah.
Where it has to have a certain length and it has to have a certain tempo, and you got to put little kids singing in it, and you probably lose a little bit of love for that gig after 10 or 15 years of it. You never know.
Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to judge Robert Hartshorn at all. I think he's a really good guy because
he's a great, he's a good guy.
He's still great. He's still great. I mean, it's sad that if he's retired now, it's really sad. But
don't know for sure. I mean, they haven't called me back, but I know that was because of Chuggington.
Yeah.
Much, but
it's all right. If that's not everybody understands. I mean, I personally, yes, of course, I prefer Thomas over Chuggington, but
Yeah, Chuggington didn't really have any kind of thing to it. I didn't get it.
I mean,
really.
Thomas did. Thomas always had a thing to it. Chuggington did not. So that's just something.
I think there was hidden messages in Thomas that indoctrinated you all to do a podcast 20 years later.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, I'm going to ask, where was Thomas actually recorded? Did they still do the voices at Shepperton, or did they move on and did they do it somewhere else?
There's a place in Hackney where they record. Inside, there's like a little farm in this same property where the studio was.
So you recorded in that farm? You recorded in that farm?
No, I actually went to Robert Hartshorn's house, and he has a studio in the back of his garden.
Oh, wow! That's awesome. So he must have did all that music at his house. He must have did everything at his house. That's
everything's there.
Really cool. That's really cool. I gotta say.
I did a airline ad for him there. I've been out there a few times to do stuff.
Yeah, but there's actually a farm. I know I think they recorded the lines at Shepperton, like with the model era. I think they did everything at Shepperton. Like they did the recording, then they did the lines, like they did the models, trains. I know they controlled the trains at Shepperton, but then
Shepperton,
Shepperton Studios, and then I don't know, and I think they did the voices at Shepperton too, in which is in Soho.
I think they record a lot of that in this place in Hackney in London, but
which is like Soho. I saw a thing called Soho Square.
Yeah, there's a big studio there.
Paul Harris was actually the dub person for that. Was the dub mixer? Like he would tell you what to do.
I'm doing a cartoon in Soho Square Studios now.
Oh wow!
7 Bears.
7 Bears. Interesting.
And it's a mashup of all the fairy tale stories, and I play the brick pig.
Awesome. That is awesome.
He kind of talks like this. He's like, hey, what are you talking about?
That's awesome.
Wise guy, huh? Why, I oughta.
Yeah. That's where you get your impression. Yeah, because I've heard something like that before. It sounded like maybe Mr. Potato Head or something.
No, it works for the. Oh yeah, Don Rickles.
Yeah, that sounds like Don Rickles.
Mr. Potato Head's up here like that, though. I think he's kind of up.
Yeah.
He's not.
I think if Mr. Potato Head was gruff, he would sound like that. Like if he was like an old.
They're making a fifth
racist. The guy that played Mr. Potato Head, he was such a racist.
Nice.
It's hilarious. All the way through the '60s, he got away with making jokes about everybody. And you would never get away with that now.
Yeah. It's crazy to think they're making a 5th one on the topic of Toy Story.
Oh yeah.
I think they are making.
And you know what? They want to do another Aladdin, and before Robin Williams did the last one, he made them sign a contract that said they couldn't use any of his outtakes on another movie.
Oh.
That was in his contract because obviously the guy just goes off in front of a microphone and they just take the best of the best. But yeah, they have plenty of material.
Dang. Man, you've had quite a career. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yes.
This has been a pleasure, being part of this podcast. I have had a lot of fun.
I have had too.
I've had a lot of fun.
So have I.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun, guys. It's been really, Yes, Alex. Oh yeah, yes, Alex.
I said we do.
Yeah, I thought you had a question. Does anybody else have any other questions for him?
Yeah.
No, I think that's about
Not me.
Wow.
Well, you know what? It's been a pleasure talking to you guys today, and
I know Samuel has one more question.
Yeah, we do got another. So actually, I got 2 more actually, which which are wrap up questions. So anybody who wants to get into voice acting, what do you think they should? What do you recommend?
What's your advice?
Well, part of it's in the title, the acting part. So prepare yourself to be an actor. Even do acting classes. I think improvisational comedy is a great thing. Even just to be able to go through life normally, improv makes you a better actor, and it'll make you a better person. There's a rule in improv. Like if you're just coming up with stuff off the top of your head, and you're just making things up as you go along, pass it off to somebody else, and if we start a scene and I go, I was walking down the street today and I found this ice cream on the sidewalk, and then after that, and you pass it on to the other guy, and the other guy goes, I picked it up. So basically the rule is to always say yes. Whenever somebody hands something to you, you say yes. And for a metaphor in life, it's a brilliant thing to go forward and say yes to everything.
Oh yes, absolutely. You gotta say yes to some things, and you gotta say no to some things.
Yep.
You gotta.
Yes, and is how the improv thing works.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was thinking about this. So basically, I would say if you want to get into voice acting, if you're already singing, you've got a good ear.
Hold on.
And if you really want to get into the acting part of it, take acting lessons. Acting lessons are really important.
Yeah. There you go.
That was my dad. Continue. That was my dad. I had to talk. That was my dad. Continue. That was my dad. Did you say what you needed to say?
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay. But yeah, alright. So, going into the last question. So, normally, this is Entertainment Treasure Talk with me, Samuel Warwick. And so, we have so, let's see if I'm sorry, I'm not thinking straight, but still, this is my podcast, and, and we normally like to ask our guests, what is something that is entertainment treasure to you? Like a video game, like a TV show, or
anything you worked on?
Yeah, anything you worked on.
Well, the stuff I work. You know what? I'm really looking forward to doing the Gumball movie. That's going to be great.
There you go.
All right, so you're just looking forward for that?
Look forward to it.
But I haven't done it yet. So,
Yeah.
But you know what? I've been watching. I don't really watch a lot of TV because I do TV every day. So I don't really.
Yeah.
But I've just watched about 4 episodes of Black Mirror, and I went, "Ooh, it's really good writing, really good."
Nice.
Okay.
That's one of my guilty pleasures.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Well, I just got to say, guys, it has been great being back in another podcast episode, and we've had a lot of fun this episode.
Oh, absolutely.
We can't wait for next time.
Oh, yes. Indeed.
We can't wait for the next episode. We would definitely love to have you back, because this,
Cool.
For the anniversary.
Let's work on a dub, man. Get a little dub together. Put a little storyline, and I'll
No,
voice
you know what
it
you
for
do? Next time he makes a dub, you do it live on the podcast.
Yeah,
would be
we
fun.
might have to get
Yeah.
him back sometime in the future, because he sounds like he'd love to, because this was pretty fun.
It was.
Indeed.
I mean, I got a full studio here. I can work to picture and record anything, and so I do all the time. I do it all the time.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, guys. Yeah, I'm very. But instead of that last interruption there, which I'm sure you've already completed everything. Sure you completed everything what you wanted to say? I'm not sure. I'll have to look back to the podcast while I edit this tonight. And yeah, but anyway. I have had a very awesome time, and thank you once again, Stefan Ashton, for being a part of the podcast.
Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
We've had a lot of fun with you today, and I can't wait for to see what kind of stuff you're doing in the future. And I just want to say thank you for making our childhood awesome, and just being a big fan.
I played a very small part in that. I'll tell you.
That's okay. Even if you were a small part.
Big part.
But it's still a good part, no matter how big or small it is.
Good. Well, I appreciate being appreciated. Thank you.
You're welcome. And everybody, thank you for watching this episode. Thank you guys for supporting me over this difficult time. I know that it had been a while, but hey, you get an episode after a while, and you get another almost an hour and a half podcast this time. So it's awesome that I get to come back and do this. And yeah, guys, we will still keep you guys updated on what we're going to be doing. Just keep on with the live event. Just keep up with, the podcast and the stuff.
What do you call this podcast again?
Entertainment Treasure Talk.
Entertainment Treasure Talk.
Entertainment Treasure.
Yep.
Treasure Talk.
All right.
Here, I'll give you something you can put on.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Oh, so I'm getting somebody to help me out. Thank you.
Entertainment Treasure Talk. Entertainment Treasure Talk. Entertainment Treasure Talk. Entertainment Treasure Talk.
Oh my God! Yes. Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Yes.
Welcome to another episode of Entertainment Treasure Talk.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Awesome.
Yes.
Keep
Yes.
those letters coming in.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Woo! Yes. Yes. That was awesome. That was awesome, guys. That was awesome, and I got it. I'm gonna have to use some of these things.
Here it goes. Wait, just be quiet so you can get a clear recording of it. Ready? You're about to witness Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel Warwick. Warwick. Do you go Warwick or Warwick?
Warwick.
Warwick. You're about to witness another episode of Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel Warwick.
All right, thank you. That's
the best.
awesome. Yo,
Awesome.
yes. Oh my God, yes.
We're gonna use that.
Yes, I'm gonna have to start asking people. I'm gonna have to start asking people to send in like saying, "Hi, this is whomever, and you're watching Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel
You're the
Warwick."
first.
Roll it, and you're the first. And you're the first
to do it.
Yeah, baby. You know, nothing to it but to do it.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to restream this. I'm gonna have to restream this because this is awesome. This is freaking amazing right now. Oh my God. Well,
Cool.
everyone.
I'm glad you guys had a good time. It's really nice to talk to you all.
All
and meet
right.
You all, and have yourselves a fantastic
All right,
day.
yep. Thank you, everybody, and for everybody that's watching, thank you guys for tuning in for this episode of Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel Warwick. We will see you on the next episode of the show. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Entertainment Treasure Talk. We hope that you had fun and that you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed this episode of the podcast, maybe you'd like to watch or hear more episodes of the show. The link to the playlist is in the description. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more upcoming episodes. And don't forget that you're awesome and that you too are filled with entertainment treasure. See you next time for another great episode of the podcast. Peace out.